I thought we would say a word of that introduction. It's such a pleasure to be working with Steve, who introduced me to a number of different poets over the years, and the collaborations that have often gone on to become whole books 2 or 3 times now. Some of them are still going on. And it was lovely to be introduced to Coco, who is from Myanmar, Burma, and who I've met, but we've not collaborated with before. And the subject we've sort of decided to take were 2 cities that we both knew. So Coco's subject is Mandalay, and mine is a kind of quarrel with Budapest, which is where I was born, to which I return all the time. And the very first poem begins this April with a very strong wind blowing through Budapest. The city settles into one of its blowy moods. Spring, sun, the rattling of loose pines. Lunchtime, traffic thrown to the 4 winds of the river ruffled. Disorder in the neighbourhoods. Somewhere a siren howls, an alarm rings. Rising from the mouth of the 19th century with your strange, isolated language, whom are you addressing? To whom do you speak? Is it your brief imperial past? What are the winds blowing through you?
There are 3 gates in each of the 4 walls of the Mandalay Palace. When the mighty walls were built, 52 men were buried alive. 3 men under each gate to ensure the presence of guardian spirits to guard the throne. The Parmans of Mandalay, familiar with custom, have fled the city even before the palace foundations were laid. What lured them back was something like European Poetry Festival, poetry performances of unusual splendor.
City of destructions and rebuildings. 2 cities, not one, united and divided by a single river, but the past is mostly relevant. What can you build on? What will shore you up? Can you ride your luck on nostalgia? When the winds blow, will you blend with them in a shower of broken branches? When you tremble in fear of your erasure by invaders, whose arms will you take for reassurance and support? Will you spout wonderful poetry at the stars? Here come the hussars, a smug face under a riotous shakeover. One gormless lad can't believe his luck. When all else fails, go back to the roots, braiding, breeches, boots. Have you found yourself in your courtyards? Have you stared up into the lift shaft? Are you not desperately alone? Are there still ghosts drifting across the plains to land of screaming at your broken doors?
In Mandalay, people never sing the same verse twice. They improvise, changing the melody and words as they sing. The court forbids a new song to be performed before the king. Disobedience is treason, punishable by death. Once, Tabio, the legendary court poet, recited fresh verses in His Majesty's presence. He was congratulated by the king, but condemned to death all the same. The first time this happened, the executioner, enthralled with Tabio's voice, saved him displaying the headless body of a criminal convict. Soon enough, the king, tiring of conventional songs, asked for the great Fabio. The executioner then hurried the gifted poet to the court. Fabio's performance again was pleasing but treasonable. Thus, at Mandalay Palace began the ritual execution of great poets whose performances were original.
How uneasily you sit in this language that can't get its tongue around you and doesn't care. Metropolis of nowhere, exploding out of the 19th century into an unwelcoming sharp-toothed 20th, all dressed up for a ball you can't attend, bitten and chewed, yet still adjusting your clothes. How alien you look in front of the cracked mirror. Could that be you? Still breathing, still pink, still seductive, still monumental, still current in your isolation, in your consonants and vowels. You could be anywhere in your imperial past, yet you finish up here, at both centre and edge of a Europe you both cling to and reject, proud of something you can't even define. I have been your son. You might have been my mother. But it's a kinship neither of us is really comfortable in. Look at me now. Shall we go walking in a park? Shall we sit in this tenement window and gaze into the night?
Mandalay is peopled with spirits. Mandalay is a part, a wall, but a shell. Mandalay is the heart, a wall, but a frame. Earth has nothing to show more glorious, more fair. Even passers-by were inspired. Here is a tourist account. While I was young and had no sons, in far-off Mandalay, I lost my heart to a Burmese girl as lovely as the day. Her hair was jet, her skin was gold, her teeth ivory. Maiden, I said, for 20 silver pieces, sleep with me. She looked at me, so pure, so sad. The loveliest thing alive. And in her lisping, virgin voice, stood out for 25.